Hello, I'm Allison. Welcome to an Awaken and Free yoga class. For today's practice, we're going to start in child's pose, so you can make your way there. I'm just going to stay seated. So you can take your knees as wide as the mat, toes together to touch, reaching your arms out long in front of you. Or if you prefer to have the thighs touching, you can just rest the chest on the thighs. And if at any point that becomes too much, you can lift the hips and just walk yourself forward into a puppy pose. But taking a moment before we just dive from one thing to the next to honor transition. So just to pause before we move into our practice. To tune into our breath. To just start to even out our breath with every inhale matching each exhale. Making room within to receive what this next bit of time has for you. There's always something on our mat for us to receive. And so moving out of just the breath that we often don't think about, but moving to the belly breathing. So taking it a little further, a little deeper, and just noticing as you're in this child's pose where you feel your breath moving, where it might get trapped or caught. Feel yourself on your exhales just melting into the ground. Just be here for a few more moments, just staying aware of your breathing. So this week, I found myself in a bit of a downward spiral one day. I was just focusing on some things that day held for me, and all of a sudden I just was aware that I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed and anxious inside, feeling a little frantic. My mood was shifting from being inspired and ignited towards just feeling deflated and wrestling with feelings of being a fraud and just like that, it came over me. And in those moments in our life, we can either keep pushing through and just kind of stuff that aside and keep going, or we can tune in and we can ask ourselves some questions. And so I'll share my process throughout our class, but I just want to bring that awareness that Awaken and Free, this is what we're about here. That we're about awakening to our responses to things, to start paying attention to why we're feeling things we're feeling, why we're reacting and responding the way we are, going just a little bit further beneath the surface to understand ourselves. In your child's pose, we'll just find a little twist so you can weave that right arm under. Come down to the right shoulder, your right cheek. You can reach the left arm over to the right corner of your mat. Just take a few breaths in a twisted child's pose. And while you're breathing here, maybe you just scan over your last few days. Is there any experience that happened that stands out where something just interrupted you, that you felt like your emotions got hijacked? That there was something else going on, that maybe you had a strong reaction to something that in hindsight just seems like it didn't match what the situation was warranting. And we just want to start to become aware of ourselves. This class is just about understanding our process, giving ourselves permission to be where we are and yet move through it. As you're ready, you can switch sides. Just walk that left arm underneath the right. Come to your left cheek. Your right arm, your right fingertips can reach for the left corner of your mat. there a place where you had a really strong reaction? Or just something that didn't sit right this week that maybe you've just brushed aside, but now's the time to go back, to bring some understanding. So our class today is just that. It's just a class of reflection and a little more self-awareness to see what might be revealed, to see what it has to teach us about where we're at, what we're processing. As you're ready, just untwist in your child's pose and walk the hands forward, come up onto the fingertips, lift the forearms off the mat, and just find a little more length in the side body as the hips drop back and the fingertips reach out. Just feel the length in your spine. One full breath in, side into your mat, and then just start to press yourself up to table. Walk the hands forward and we'll make our way into a down dog. Just moving around, feeling where you're at in your body today. The beginning of our practice. Just tuning in. Listening to what your body needs, knowing everything I offer is an option. If there's something that's not working for you, I want you to honor that, listen to that. From here, take your feet as wide as your mat, and we're gonna just shift into high plank. As we exhale, we're gonna take the right hand to the left shin. Hand comes back down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, left hand to right shin. Come back, inhale, just switching back and forth a few breaths. Just moving at your pace, just kind of bringing some fluid motion into our practice. Just taking opposite hand to opposite ankle, holding that plank for a pause, going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your down dog, walk your hands back to meet your feet. Bring them back hip distance apart. Just bring your weight slightly forward into the tops of your feet. Just dangle the head. Come up on the fingertips, halfway lift. Deep bend in that left knee. Fold over the left thigh. 3 breaths here. Keeping a micro bend in that straight leg. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep bend in the right knee, fold over the right thigh. The intention of today is just staying connected to our breath, connected to our thoughts and our experiences. Not disassociating and checking out, but staying engaged. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we'll just walk ourselves back to down dog. And then from here, right leg lifts. Just hold it there for a minute. Point the pinky toe down towards the ground. Hips stay level. Lift from your right inner thigh. Shift forward, right knee to nose. Step the foot between your hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Stay for just 2 more breaths. Next, inhale, grow a little taller. Hands come down, exhale, step back to high plank. You can go right to down dog or move through a vinyasa. You can always take that chaturanga on your knees. And then left leg lifts. Remember, lift from the inner thigh, point the pinky toe down towards the ground. Breathe wherever you feel any tightness in your body. And then shift forward, left knee to nose. Step the foot between the hands. It's okay if you have to shimmy it. Inhale, rise up. If you're finding yourself dumping forward, find a slight bend in the back knee. Arms reach up maybe from there, then you can start to straighten. One more full breath in. Grow taller on that inhale. Exhale, hands down. Go through vinyasa. Or right to down dog. Full breath in. Exhale it out. We'll build onto that. Right leg lifts. Step it forward. Inhale, rise up. Crescent lunge. This time, exhale, left hand forward, right arm back. Stay a few breaths. Relax the shoulders down, but hug the muscles in the arms to the bone. Fingers spread wide. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands down, vinyasa. Inhale to up dog or low cobra. Exhale, down dog, left leg lifts. Shift forward, left knee to nose, step it between the hands. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist, right arm forward, left arm back. From here, soften the shoulders, hug the muscles to the bones. Inner thighs, draw inward towards the midline. Fingers spread wide. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands come down, vinyasa. Exhale, press it back. Walk the hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold, 2 breaths. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Take that right wrist with the left hand, reach up, hinge to the left. Inhale, center, switch hands, and hinge to the right. Really root that left heel down. Feel the opening on the left side, reach back up. Exhale, hands come through heart center, fold it out. Walk yourself back. Right leg lifts. Shift forward. Step the foot between the hands, inhale to rise. Exhale to twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, reach back up. Open up, warrior 2. I'm gonna just switch so you see me from the front. Warrior 2, bending to that right knee. Holding your warrior 2. Maybe you lift the right toes up off the mat and find the 4 corners of that right foot. Sink in. Maybe you can sink a little deeper. From here, we're gonna start to straighten the right leg. Bring the right toes parallel, left toes out. We're gonna come into flying monkey. So the right heel roots down. You can bring that and open your wings, or keep the hands to heart or fingertips down. Come back up, warrior 2. From here, pivot to the ball of the back foot, left hand down, right arm reaches. And from here, hand comes down, step back, go through your vinyasa. Left leg lifts. Don't mind me dancing around the mat just so you get that front view. Step the foot forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, reach up. Open up, warrior 2. Holding that, remember, lift the left toes. Find the 4 corners of the left foot. Arms strong, fingertips reaching. You can open the palms if you want. Maybe find a bend in the elbows. Maybe sink a little further into that left knee. And then straighten the left leg, flying monkey into the bend into the right knee. Left heel points up, or roots down, right left toes point up. You can open the wings. Keep the hands at heart. If you have a bind in your practice, feel free to make this your own. One more breath in. As you exhale, maybe you can do it with no hands, kind of pivot back, right hand down, left arm reaches. Release any tension in that right shoulder, really root down, rise up. Hug the shoulder blades together. Hand comes down, vinyasa or down dog. We'll build a little bit more onto that flow and then we'll just go through it one more time. So right leg lifts, shift forward, step it up, inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Sorry, left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, reach back up. Open up, warrior two. Flying monkey. Come back up, warrior two. Left hand down, right arm reaches. From here, we're gonna step into half moon. So bring the right hand down. We're going to pop that back leg up and start to open the hips slowly. Right fingertips towards the right corner of your mat. You can find a bend in that standing leg. Really tuck the right hip under. Maybe that left arm reaches up. Left foot is flexed. Big toe points down. If you want to bend the knee and reach for the foot, maybe you can lift that right fingertips. Just play around, one more breath. As you exhale, square the hips off, left fingertips down, keep the left leg lifted, standing L. Lift the chest and the heart. Try to take the weight out of the fingertips, really use the legs, the core, to find that strength to hold you up. Exhale, left foot comes down, fold it out. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, go right back into the fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, go to down dog or through your vinyasa. Left leg lifts. Shift forward, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, reach back up. Open up, warrior two. Flying monkey, bend into the right knee. Come back, right hand down, come to the ball of the back foot, left arm reaches. Moving into that half moon, left fingertips to the left corner of the mat, stepping up, and then start to stack the hips, right hip on top of the left. Moving slowly, set your gaze on one point that's not moving. Maybe that left arm reaches, or that right arm reaches up. Can you take some of the weight out of the fingertips? Grow a little taller. Staying in the struggle, kind of feeling your way into the wobble. As those circumstances in our life come, square the hips, fingertips down, standing L. As those things come and throw us off balance so unexpectedly, we just feel ourselves, feel the instability. Can we just be in it and explore it and see what it's bringing up? One more full breath here. Lift the chest and the gaze a little more. Exhale, fold it out. Right foot comes down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Going through that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back. Move through your vinyasa or right to your down dog. So you know where you're going if you want to do it on your own, or you can follow with me. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open up, twist. Inhale, reach back up. Open up, warrior two. Straighten the leg, bend into the left knee. Flying monkey, right heel roots. Come back up, transition to the left hand down. Right arm reaches. Half moon, right fingertips come down. Left leg lifts. Stack the left hip over the right. Square the hips, standing L. Forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, left leg lifts. Last side. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist it open. Inhale, reach back up. Open up, warrior two, exhale. Inhale, flying monkey. Exhale, weave your way back up. Inhale, right arm roots, left arm reaches. Inhale, half moon. Come into the left fingertips, left leg. Stay for a breath. Square the hips, standing out. Exhale, fold it out. Take a few extra breaths here, maybe opposite arm, opposite elbow. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale. Let's step back with the left foot. We'll just come to pigeon. Just look back at the toes. The left toes are in line with the knee and the hip. If you're rolling onto the side, you can grab a blanket or a pillow just to prop under your hips to keep them level. You can fold into it as you're ready. Keeping a long spine, walk yourself out and then draw the chin to your chest. Yeah, so this particular day I just noticed within myself, like the anxiety's rising, excuse me. My thoughts just kind of taking me into a lot of lies that felt so real. Like I said, I felt like a fraud. I felt as though I would never be good enough. You see, I'm stepping into some new work ventures, and I was trying to gain inspiration from those who are further ahead of me. And I was getting a lot of ideas, and then I immediately started to spiral into, I'll never be as good as them. I won't be able to book clients. I won't be able to this. I'm such a fraud. I haven't gotten the proper training to do this. Who do I think I am? You know, all the lies that just start to come at us. And I had to just pause and name all these things that were coming up. And I realized I was putting an expectation on myself to be way further along in the process. Instead of embracing that I'm a beginner, to embrace the beginner's mind of learning and curiosity and just eyes open to all that's new. I was expecting myself to have expert status at something I've never done before. You can walk yourself back up as you're ready. Curl the toes under. Lift up, maybe just press into a down dog and just shake out that right leg. As you're ready to switch sides, left leg lifts. Let's bring that left knee to the left wrist. You can always take thread the needle on your back if you don't enjoy this hip opener. Once you find yourself aligned, you can start to walk forward, keeping the spine long. So I had to just give myself a lot of grace and compassion and remind myself it is okay to be new at this, to be a beginner, to start somewhere. And instead of feeling like I needed to go from beginner to expert overnight, I just remembered the power of just taking things like a little handful at a time. Just do this little bit and then watch how I grow. And then I'll go to the next level and the next level. And I just started to calm myself down with that thinking. And so I don't know, maybe for you, you're stepping into something new. Or maybe there's just things that you need to let go of, but it's scary and hard. Maybe it's a new career as well, or a new relationship, or a new transition, a season of life that you've never been in. What is it stirring up for you? How have you been reacting? Where do you need to embrace this beginner's mind? To have compassion for yourself. To take things a step at a time without getting ahead of yourself and overwhelming yourself. You can walk yourself back up. We'll just hinge over to the left hip, bring that right leg forward, and we'll make our way down onto our backs. Hugging your knees into your chest. Maybe just rocking side to side or making circles with your knees as we start to slow down. I just invite you in this place to scan your days, to hit rewind. Where do you need to hear that you have permission to be exactly where you are in the process? That just showing up little by little, learning and growing at whatever pace you're at is enough. From here, you can hug the right knee in, let the left leg go out long. Scoot your hips to the right and drop that right knee over to the left. Take a spinal twist. What have your reactions been teaching you? What is beneath some of the responses you've had? For me, my anxiety, my overwhelm was because I was trying to be 10 steps ahead of where I already was. That I was putting an immense pressure on myself to be somewhere that I shouldn't even be yet. Just by naming that and then giving myself the grace to step back and be that beginner, I was able to relieve myself of that pressure. I just felt calm in my thoughts and in my body. And it gave me clarity to be where I was. Come back to center and switch sides as you're ready. So I just invite you to ask the questions, why did I respond that way? What was beneath that anger afraid might happen. Why am I trying to control? Just be with Spirit in whatever situations are coming to your mind. Let Spirit within you just reveal what's at the heart. Just find one more breath in that twist. And just start to make your way into Shavasana. Letting your legs go out long. Drawing your shoulder blades together behind you, and then just full breath in. Really gentle open mouth exhale. Just peeling back your layers right now for greater insight and awareness to this part of your story today. Fingers and your toes. If you have more time and want to stay in your Shavasana longer, feel free to do that. You can just bring your knees into your chest and roll onto your side in a fetal position. So you're ready, just coming up to seated with your eyes closed or your gaze softly down. May we be aware of our reactions, our responses. May we take time to pause and to ask why when we find ourselves a little frantic or overwhelmed or angry. May we just pause to understand what's really going on so we can make the forward movement towards the things that matter to us. That we would be set free and healed instead of just reacting and responding and moving on. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time for yourself to do the hard work